Assalamu alaikum, everybody, and
Welcome to class, 6th grader math.
okay. So today, guys, we're going to be working on numerical and algebraic expressions. We've done this a long time already. You should know how to do this. We're going to be doing things like rewriting number sentences into real life sentences and vice versa. Also, knowing how to solve with like exponents and things like this. We're going to cover all those things. I got my assistant today, Hudayfa. Say hi, Hoodie.
Hi.
Right? He missed school so much, he wants to be a teacher now, right? Okay, good. So you're gonna help me out. All right. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Again, this video is for the assignment that's gonna be due on 3/17 at 7 p.m. So there's already when you guys look on the assignment, there'll be the handout of the same problem that we did, but you're not gonna do all the problems. All right. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna get started 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go all the way up to about 7 or 8, and then maybe I'll assign some problems for you guys. So, anyways, number 1 says which expression has the value that is more than its base. So for this one, you could go ahead and solve it, but you can just use rational thinking to kind of figure it out. Rational thinking is just thinking about it and seeing what makes sense. So it says which one has a value that's more than its base, right? So if I look at A, B, and D, what do they all have in common? Their base are all fractions, right? So and each fraction is taken to a power, right? A power of 2, 4, and 3. What's the rule? What happens when you multiply fractions? When you multiply fractions, the result is always going to be smaller, right? So like 1/2 times 1/2, that's going to be 1/4. That's smaller than 1/2, right? 1/4 is smaller than 1/2. Ah! So sorry, my computer fell over. But so the same thing will happen right here. So if I multiply this by 4/5 and 4/5, it's going to be smaller. If I do 2/3 and 2/3, it's going to be smaller. If I do 1/2 and 1/2, it's going to be smaller. So all these numbers are going to give us smaller results than the base. Okay, so the one that's going to work is this one because this is equal to what? 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. Okay, so that should be easy. The correct answer for this one is C. Okay, so now we go on to number 2, and it says which expression is equivalent to 5.7 times 5.7 times 5.7. Remember, this is repeated multiplication, right? You're taking the same number and you're multiplying it by itself. It's not this one because 5.7 times 3 is actually 5.7 plus 5.7 plus 5.7, right? That's saying that's a repeated addition. This is repeated multiplication, right? So we eliminated that one. Let's eliminate another one. Let's eliminate this one. How do I know this one is not right? Because look, it doesn't have the decimal point as the base. Remember, how do we find out what the base is? The base is the number that's repeating. So 5.7, 5.7, 5.7. So it's 5.7, right? And then how many times is it being repeated? It's being repeated 3 times. So then that's going to be to the power of 3. So our correct answer is 5.7 to the third power. Okay? All right, now this is the fun one. Which one shows the prime factorization of 20? What method do we use when we want to find the prime factorization? Abdul Qadir? Thinking about it? Yes? Okay, good. Yes. We use a factor tree. Very good, right? So of 20, right? So we're going to do 20. So we write 20 and then we're going to split it up. Okay? So how do you guys want to split it up? Let's do 10 times 2, right? What? Okay. Okay, he's talking about his Roblox account. Okay, so anyways, we're over here, we split 20 by 10 and 2. By that time I was talking to my son. You guys should have known what we should do after that. We're gonna split this one into 5 and 2. Right? Because the rest of them, these are all prime numbers. And again, prime numbers are what? Numbers that cannot be divided or has any other factors other than 1 in itself. Like we could split 10 to 5 and 2, right? But we can't split 5. 5 times what? 5 times 1? That's not going to work because we don't want that. We don't want any factors of 1. Okay, so what did I do at the end? I circled it, right? So I circled all my prime numbers, right? So that's going to tell me the prime factorization. So then I'm going to write 5 times 2 times 2. Now remember with this, This is 2 times 2. Who knows how we write it? See, huh? Great. Yeah, good job. We do 2 to the 2 power, 2 to the second power because 2 is the base. And how many times is it repeating? It's repeating twice. Okay, so we get this is our correct answer. Now, remember, if we have 5 times 2 to the second, that's the same as 2 to the second times 5. Why? What rule is that? Miss Aba? Still thinking about it? I can see you thinking. I can't really see you thinking, but I think you're thinking. And it should be, yes, because it's the commutative property. Remember, commute means to move around. So if we move these numbers around, it's the same thing when it's dealing with addition or multiplication, right? In our case, we're multiplying, okay? So great. So the correct answer for number 3, this one was C, and the correct answer for number 3 is 2 to the 2 to the 2 to the 5th power, which only has 2 factors. What's another way of saying it? Which one of these are prime numbers? Good, good. I heard that in the back. Good job, Ishi. So we have this. We say 6, right? Let's see what are the factors. We can do 1 and 6, but we can also do 2 times 3, right? So it's not that one, okay? So now let's take a look at B. We can do what? 1 times 8, and we can also do 2 times 4. So again, that has more than 2 factors, so we'll cross that one out. Now we're gonna do number 9. So we have 1 and 9. Hey, that works, right? That doesn't work? What do you mean? Oh yeah, we can also do 3 times 3. So this also doesn't have as more than 2 factors. So the one that's gonna work is D, which is 11, and it's only gonna have 11 and 1 because it's a prime number. All right, we're almost done with today's lesson really fast, huh? Okay, so next up, it says, which operation should you do first? Number 5, which operation should you do first when you simplify 85 plus 25 times 5? So we got order of operations over here. We're going to use please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, which stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction, right? But remember, we got twin siblings. We got multiplication and division. Meaning, what do I mean by twins? That we do whichever one comes first. In addition to subtraction is we do whichever one comes first between those two, okay? So luckily for us, we have parentheses. So we're going to go ahead and solve the parentheses first, right? So we solve this, and then I get 125. Whoops. I get 125, and then I write everything before it and everything after it, right? Which is nothing's after it. So I go ahead and just solve it, and then I add it up, and I get 210. Hold on, what? Don't interrupt. Okay, what? What'd you say, Sumaya? Oh, that's not what the question is asking for? Yeah, you're right. It's not asking for that. All it asks is what do we do first? And what did we do first? We actually multiplied first. But if you were to solve, this is the correct answer. Okay, great. 2 more problems. Should I make it longer so we can make it longer? Okay, so Hudayfa said he make it longer. He's a teacher, so he gets to decide. So we'll do 6 and 7, and maybe we'll do 8, right? So it says simplify the expression below. So now again, use PEMDAS. This one's really easy. We have parentheses, so you guys should know that's PEMDAS, parentheses. Do that first. So we go ahead and write 3, and then we write everything before it, which is divided by, and keep writing everything before it, and we get 12 divided by 3, which equals, yes, you said it in the back over there, Yusuf. 4 is the correct answer. Okay? Number 7, which expression is the same as 42 times x? So remember, we don't write it like this, 42 times x. Why? Because this is times, but we have an x over here, and people like to get confused. This looks like x times x, right? So we don't want that. So what we want to do is write it as the decimal point, right? So we can actually combine this together and just write it as 42x, because remember, when you're multiplying times a variable, you can just connect the 2 numbers together, okay? So this is called the coefficient, and this is called the variable, right? So this is the correct answer, which is D. What does this mean? This means 42 divided by, because of the line right there, x. What does B mean? Yes, Fatra, 42 plus x. And what does C mean, Yahya? I don't know if you're talking. I hope you're talking. But yes, it means 42 minus x, right? So this is the correct answer that we are looking for. Okay, we're just going to do one last one, and then I'm going to go over the problems with you guys on how to solve them and what you need to do for it, okay? So number 8 says the phrase is the same as 5 plus W. I just said it. If I know how to read, you guys should already know how to solve it. 5 plus W, right, is that one. 5 times W would be what? 5W. What would be 5 divided by W? 5 divided by W. Remember, this means divided by, right? Okay, and then the last one it says 5 take away W. 5 take away W. Just for you guys to kind of see how we're supposed to solve that, okay? So now I'm just going to briefly go over. So you guys, your job, again, on a separate piece of paper, make sure you guys do 9 through 13, okay, on a different piece of paper. So I'm just going to read them to you guys and then help you guys think, use your brain to understand how we're supposed to solve this. Jenny folded 10 towels and divided them evenly into P piles. Which expression shows the number of towels in each pile? So think about it. Which one means divided by? Okay, between those operations. Okay, I won't read it to you guys. There's 2 answers that are probably close and one of them that's kind of tricky. Okay, the next one says evaluate 2n minus 3, where n equals 15. I mean n equals 5. So I'll give you a hint. When you're supposed to what? Replace the n with the number 5, but the answer is not going to be 25, right? It says 2n right here, right? It says 2n right here. But if I put the 5 right there, it doesn't mean 25. What does it mean? It's your job to find out. Okay? And then it says, which shows the value of 0.5 squared, or 0.5 to the second power. So again, you have to think, what's the base? What's the exponent? And what does it mean when that happens? What operation am I supposed to use? Number 12 says, which property is used to write the equivalent expression below? 2 times 7 times 3 equals 2 times 7 times 3. So they're the same thing. And I'll give you a hint. Look at the order of the numbers. They're the same. So they're not moving around. So think about it. And think about the parentheses. Which one tells that they're in the same group? Okay. And then the last one says, which expression is equivalent? I'll just tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use the distributor property. Again, these are all the problems that are due on 3/17 at 7 p.m. Again, I apologize for being late. I've just been very busy and trying to figure all these things out. Inshallah, on Tuesday night, the next video should be at 7 p.m. I can't guarantee it, but inshallah, if things go right. Okay. Again, if you guys have trouble with this, make sure you guys come to my office hours, and we can talk about it, inshallah. You got anything to say, Hudi? Is that fun?
Goodbye, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Thank you. And what about the like button? What should we do? What should we do? Oh, you guys didn't even see him the whole time. What should we do?
We read the other.
No, we're supposed to what? Smash the like button. Smash the like button, guys. Assalamu alaikum. See you guys later.